What's up, Ace? Plenty. What's up with you, Billy? Not much. I'm going stir-crazy from being grounded so long. When are we going to end this vacation and get back to kicking butt for a living?
You'll be happy to know that we'll be taking off for Syria soon.
Really? That's fantastic! I was just talking to Virgil, and he was whining about our current lack of work. This should keep him quiet for a while.
I don't think so, Billy. Just ignore any screaming you hear coming from his office.
Well, Commander, looks like we should have cut that vacation a little short. While we was soaking up rays and sucking on Mai Tais, the Turkish government finalized plans to raise the umbrella tax, and Turkish-based merc squadrons have either been going under or moving out in droves.
That just means there's more work available for us.
It's not that simple. The squadrons that are still here are eating up all available work like candy, trying to brace themselves for the impending tax increase. We'd better start doing the same, or we'll be bankrupt in no time.
I am planning to head into Salim soon, but we already have a few missions to fly in the meantime.
What? None of our fixers have contacted me. No financial arrangements have been made on any contracts.
That's because nobody is paying us for these missions. Turkish training bases have been discovered in several neighboring countries. I have met with commanders from several other squadrons, and we all agree that we must find these training bases and remove them now. Each squadron involved has been assigned to a country. The Wildcats are headed to Syria.
This isn't good, Commander. Too many risks for no money.
It'll cost us a lot more in the long run if we don't act now. I'm sorry, Virgil. I just feel that it's in our best interest to keep this tax enforcement from happening.
Good luck as always, Commander, but you better get back here soon and drum up some work that pays, or we'll be out on the street.
All right, people, the vacation is over. Word has it that the Turkish government has begun training its own pilots to help enforce their tax. Almost every merc squadron remaining in Turkey knows we can't afford to let this training effort gain any momentum. We need to find the exact location of this training base and get a good look at what we're up against.
Commander, what kind of air power can we expect to encounter?
Wings of Mirage trainers have been sighted near our destination. Any encounters should be with mostly green opponents, although they are supposed to have a couple of hotshot flight instructors that might give us some trouble.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we need to make sure we down every trainer we can, as well as locate the training base. Look over your maps and get back to me before we take off if you have any questions.
I have bandits on my screen.
Caution, caution.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Now, here's the situation, people. On the last mission, we got a fix on the Merc training facilities. Remember, our primary targets are the hangars and the runway. Also, intelligence reports increased activity in the area. This could mean that they're getting ready to relocate, so frag any vehicles you see.
course I skill, Commander. Objective accomplished. Proceed to next waypoint. I have bandits on my screen. Mayday! I'm going down! Mayday! I'm going down! Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Well, Commander, I hate to admit it, but it looks like your decision paid off. Rumor has it that the Turkish training operation has suffered an enormous setback. They don't stand a chance to enforce their inflated tax for months.
We definitely have reason to celebrate, Virgil. However, we are still faced with the reality that we can't hold back this effort forever. Either the Turkish government is going to have to reconsider the tax increase, or we are going to have to start thinking about moving our operation to a more profitable environment.
You may be right, Commander. In the meantime, we need paying work and we need it now, or we can forget about moving to anywhere but a soup line.
I know, Virgil. I'm heading to Salim's right now.
Ah, it is you, Commander. I have not seen you for some time. I was beginning to think the Wildcats had retired.
Not a chance. We need work, Mohammed. What have you got?
You have caught me at a most opportune time. The South African government needs to obtain additional air power to help fight Zimbabwe over the rights to a disputed border territory. The bulk of the missions are bombing runs on enemy bases. They should be fairly easy missions considering the pitiful condition of the Zimbabwe Air Force.
Sounds interesting. What's the payoff?
You could earn up to 6 million. How does that sound? Excellent! I will speak with Virgil soon. Good luck in South Africa.
I know we are not supposed to start assisting South Africa until tomorrow, but we just received word from our contact that they need our help immediately. They have an unprotected armored column coming from the north that needs air cover.
Commander, the F-22 is the only combat-ready plane we have at the moment.
I know, Miguel, but they've offered to increase our payment to $7 million. If we can make sure that column gets home safely, we can't afford to pass up any extra cash, so I'll be taking the F-22 alone on this mission. Any questions? Good. Everyone else, finish getting set up for tomorrow's sorties. That's it. Dismissed.
She's not responding! Ejecting now!
Caution, caution.
Controls out! I'm going in! Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Nice work on those bombers, Commander.
Thanks, Billy.
I heard the South American government was quite impressed.
I hope so. Those MiG-29 escorts wore Jackal markings.
Jackals?
I have a feeling we're in for a rough time in South Africa. As we all know by now, we encountered Zimbabwe bombers on our last mission. The bombers were being escorted by MiG-29s from the Jackals.
We need to find their base and run those bastards out of here.
My thoughts exactly, Tex. Earlier this morning, I had Lyle meet with an informant from Zimbabwe who claims he knows where the Jackals are based. I'm meeting Lyle in the air, and we'll waste the Jackal strike base. We're not getting paid for this one, but it'll help in the long run. Nav points are marked on your maps. people. Dismissed.
I'm on my way, Commander. Radar activity, sir. We've got bandits inbound. I've got a situation here. Controls out! Can't shake him. This is it!
We are going to have to postpone the funeral services for Lyle. We have just received new coordinates for the location of the Jackal strike base.
I hope they're more accurate than the last ones.
This time, our intelligence comes from the South African government, Tex.
I just want to make sure we get the job done right this time.
Look, Tex, the Jackals haven't only pissed us off. Their presence here has cost the South African government dearly. South Africa's paying us for this one, and they won't consider this mission complete until there is nothing left of the Jackal strike base.
I don't think anyone here has a problem with that.
Good. Stay sharp, Wildcats. I don't have to tell any of you how good the Jackals are.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
I know it didn't bring Lyle back, but taking out that base like we did feels pretty good.
I know what you mean, Tex. I'll never get used to losing a friend, but at least we made them pay for what they did. Alright, Wildcats. This should be our last mission in South Africa. This time we'll be bombing a Zimbabwe airbase just north of the disputed border. The instructions are the same as last time. They want the base leveled. Let's give the South African government their money's worth. I want all targets destroyed before we leave the area. Dismissed.
Precise kill, Commander. Mission accomplished. Return to base.
I just finished making the arrangements for Lyle. He was a good man. I'm sorry, Commander.
Yeah, he was. And now I have to fill his slot in the squadron.
Have you found anybody promising since you got back?
I found a couple of prospects, but only a couple. The tax is driving most of the good pilots away from Istanbul. Anyhow, the best of the two is Ari Benghazi. He's coming on base today.
Just be careful. We don't want another one like Janet creeping into the squadron.
You don't have to tell me my job, Mr. Beetlebaum. In fact, you should be careful too. The tax has lured a surplus of accountants to Istanbul, and there aren't too many pilots like Janet Page anywhere.
I don't like what you're implying, Commander.
I'm sorry, Virgil. That was out of line. I know the Wildcats couldn't get along without you.
Damn right we can't. Send Mr. Benghazi in when he gets here, and I'll make sure his paperwork is squared away.
What do you think of Ari anyway?
Good credentials.
That's probably why he left the military life. His career was at a dead end with the Israeli Air Force, so he figured he'd go where there was more pay and excitement. Anyway, I'm hoping he'll do most of his talking in the air.
I am looking for the commander.
You found him. You must be Ari. Right on time, too. I like that. Good to have you on board.
Thank you, sir.
Look, I hate to take off right away, but I need to go shake up some work in Salim's. Our accountant, Virgil, is expecting you. He works in that office over there. He'll take care of your paperwork. Afterwards, you can set up your gear in the barracks. There's an empty bunk on the end. When you're done, feel free to mingle with the rest of the squadron.
I am not much of a mingler, sir.
Whatever. We'll talk more later. And Ari, you're not flying for the Israeli Air Force anymore. So calling me sir is optional.
Hello again, young commander. How are you holding up under the burden of command?
Very well. How do you like being a tool of the Turkish government?
We are all but swords in the hands of our employers. Some of my associates have recovered the flight recorder from Light Richard's plane. Though he was a mediocre flyer, I am sure he would like it returned. His last words were particularly touching.
Yes, you will hand Mr. Richards' black box over to us immediately.
Easy, monsieur, easy. We will, of course, return all of your baseline's remains, such as they are, at the first opportunity.
Lyle may not have been the best we had, but he knew that there's more to being a merc than collecting a paycheck.
Oh, but of course there is. The size of the check matters too. I am afraid I'm becoming quite bored with this intrusive altruism of yours.
Oh, it saved your flea-bitten hide once. See you in the air.
I'm pleased to see you are still around, Commander. Very few credible mercenary squadrons are left.
What have you got for me, Mohammed?
A beauty of a mission, Commander. A very noble cause. The U.S. is trying to repatriate Hawaii. They have sent a carrier group to the islands to crush any resistance. The Hawaiian government wishes to hire a merc squadron to remove this thorn from their side.
A U.S. carrier group is slightly more than a thorn. Besides, the IRS would love to have an excuse to audit the Wildcats.
The Hawaiian government has offered legal assistance should the IRS get greedy, as well as $8 million once the carrier is scuttled. Do you agree to these terms? I knew one as honorable as yourself would see the merit in such a mission. I'll contact Virgil immediately.
The U.S. has set up staging base on Kauai. We're going to hit the base while they're not expecting us. Remember, hit runways and communications first. We don't want any reinforcements showing up.
What about air patrols? Aren't we going to gain air superiority over the field first?
They will have patrols flying over and around the base. I'm counting on the fact that they aren't expecting us, so their air cover will be light. If we hit their cover first and then go back for the base, they'll have plenty of time to beef up patrols. It's not going to be any easier than it is now. Anyone else? All right then. The run begins in 40 minutes.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
We've got a full schedule today. As you know, the U.S. has a carrier stationed off the coast of Kauai. This afternoon, we're going to take out some of their patrols and let them know they're not welcome here. Stick to your flight paths. If you get too close to the carrier while they've got air defense, no one's going to be able to get you out. Dismissed.
I have bandits on my screen.
Caution, caution. Pull up, pull up.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Recon has picked up fighter bombers, trying to sneak in under our radar. You're going to fly with me to intercept them. The rest of you be suited and ready to fly. We may need to cover the base in case any slip by us. I'll see you here in 10. Dismissed.
I have bandits on my screen. She's not responding! Eject Ejecting now! A precise kill, Commander.
She's not responding! Ejecting now!
Controls out! I'm going in! A precise kill, Commander. Mission accomplished. Return to base.
The carrier is the last holdout for the U.S. Today, we are going to take that from them. We've already softened up their air support, but they've still got destroyers and PT stationed in the area. So be careful. Remember, the carrier is the goal. Be prepared to leave in 30 minutes. Dismissed.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Commander, please have a seat.
I haven't got much time, Mohammed. What have you got?
I have an assignment that I believe will be to your liking. Nicaragua is in need of aid. They have been wrongly accused of holding Costa Rican POWs from their conflict in 2005. Costa Rica has hired an American mercenary group called the Rhinos to retrieve their POWs. Perhaps you have.
Yeah, I've heard of them. They're a tough operation.
They have already attacked several innocent targets. Nicaragua needs you to remove the Rhinos from their airspace and destroy their base. The job pays $7 million. Is that acceptable? A wise business decision. Virgil will be proud. I will contact him within the hour.
Welcome to Nicaragua, Wildcats. We are here because there are people with deep pockets in Costa Rica that insist that their POWs are being held here. They've hired an American merc squadron called the Rhinos, who specialize in both air and ground attack to help them. The Rhinos have been steadily gaining control of Nicaraguan airspace. Our first order of business is to take it back.
That should be easy enough. I heard those guys only fly Phantoms.
Most of them do. However, some of their top pilots fly F-16s.
That is not all, Billy. I have heard that even their F-4s are armed with all-aspect missiles as standard equipment.
These guys have been around, so don't get overconfident. We'll fly 6-point patrols, splashing any rhinos we encounter on the way. Nav points are marked on your maps. Dismissed.
I have bandits on my screen. I am in dire need of aid. Ejecting now. You're next, Wildcat. Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Listen up, people. The Nicaraguans have located the Rhino strike base, and they want us to put it out of commission. Nothing fancy here, just keep in mind that we don't get paid unless we take out the runway, radar, and all hangars.
Mission objective ahead. Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Well, it looks like our presence here hasn't yet been enough to discourage the Rhinos. Nicaraguan intelligence reports that the Rhinos have picked up and moved to an old airfield on the coast, where they have received a large shipment of ground vehicles. It's obvious they're gearing up for a ground assault, but there's no telling what they've mistaken for a POW camp. Because of this, we need to destroy all of those vehicles before they get too far from that old airfield. Don't waste ordnance on the airfield itself. We aren't getting paid for that.
accomplished. Return to base.
Commander,
Do you have a mission for me or what, Farhad?
of sorts. Although this mission you would be working for yourself. I have learned that the Turkish government is training terrorists in Syria to enforce their new tax laws. Although there would be no pay, it would be to our mutual benefit if you could eradicate this facility. I've convinced Captain Renard of the Golden Eagles to go on a similar mission. I'm sure he'd be glad if you joined him in Syria.
What's in it for you?
The tax laws will affect me as much as you mercenaries. In fact, I don't know how much longer I can stay in Istanbul, with all of the merc squads moving to other countries. And this new tax law, my life is miserable. Even though there will be no payment, you might be able to buy some time before you must leave Turkey. Do you agree to this assignment? I will contact Renard and inform him you will be in the area. I would be happy if you would talk to your own Mr. Beetlebaum. I don't like to be yelled at.
No pay? What are you, crazy? We can't afford to give away our services like this.
Calm down, Virgil. We can't afford to not take this mission.
How do you figure?
If we allow those terrorists to complete their training before we move, we'll be paying through the nose for protection and information, just to keep them off our backs.
You may be right, but it still doesn't make it any less painful.
Now let's get down to business. We're back here in Syria to destroy a terrorist training facility that the Turkish government has set up to train enforcers for their new tax law.
When are they gonna learn? Strong-arm tactics don't work against the Wildcats?
Our first mission will be to achieve air superiority in the area around the facility. Farhad tells me they've got heavy air support from the Syrian Air Force, so watch your butts out there. We'll be leaving in 30.
My radar shows bandits inbound.
Controls out! Ejecting! Controls out! I'm going in!
A fatal mistake, rookie.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Here we go, folks. Last mission, we managed to get a fix on the training facility. This time, we're going to take it out. There should be heavy air patrols in the area, as well as a ton of AA at the facility itself. Remember, our primary targets are the hangars and hardened structures.
Ejecting now. Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Ah! Just the commander I was looking for.
What's cooking, Beto? And don't say muffins.
New Siberia would like to hire you to help out against Alaska. New Siberia needs you to remove these bombers, as well as the base from which they operate.
Taking on missions in former U.S. territories creates additional complications. How much is New Siberia paying?
But Commander, the Wildcats have earned quite a reputation for dealing with the IRS. Besides, they are paying a generous sum of $8 million for the job. That should be enough to offset any IRS problems. Do we have a deal? I was hoping you would find this acceptable. I will let Virgil know immediately.
Okay, listen up. We've got a flanker who's lost his wingman and needs assistance. We'll clear the airspace for him. Let's go earn our bonuses.
My radar shows bandits inbound.
Controls out! I'm going in!
Good kill. Good kill. Many thanks. Ursa 1, returning to base.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
A most impressive victory, Commander. I don't understand how Alaska can afford to own even one F-117, much less several. At least it appears that they did not invest equally in the quality of their pilots.
Commander, we got inbound. The Alaskans didn't take kindly to you messing up their kill.
That's all we need.
They just scrambled from the Alaskan base. We can intercept them just north of here if we hurry.
Fine. I want the Herc loaded and ready to go if we have to bug out. Any questions?
Bandits inbound. Requesting assistance.
Controls out! Ejecting! She's not responding! Ejecting now!
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Recon has the location of the Alaskan base. We're going to be flying against it. Saddle up. Let's get this over with. We've flown enough missions against Su-27s. It's time we find out what it's like to have the flankers on our side.
It can't be worse than flying with the Cali Air Guard.
Fly to the intercept point and pick up your wingman. Be ready to leave in 20, and remember, be on your best behavior. We're trying to look like professionals. Dismissed.
Good afternoon, Command. Forming on your wing. Well done, Command.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
We just heard from New Siberia. They're offering us a bonus if we knock down 3 Hercs that managed to get off the ground.
We've packed up, and most of the squadron's already gone. We could get 1 plane ready in time. Maybe 2.
1 should be enough. Get a bird prepped for me, and I'll meet you on the strip.
You'd better not wreck a plane, just because you're too stupid to wait for a wingman.
Your concern is touching, Gwen. I'll see you outside in 15. Dismissed.
Mayday! I'm going down! Mayday! I'm going down!
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
I don't believe we've met. I am the commander of the Wildcats.
My pleasure. My name's Maxwell, but you can call me Max. Please take a seat.
I'll stand, thank you.
Your reputation precedes you. I am honored to...
Kissing my butt won't do you any good. Just give me the bottom line and I'll decide if it's worth it.
Of course, money talks. The corrupt Nicaraguan resource minister, Enrico Romero, has hired a mercenary squadron to relieve an Indian reservation of its gold.
Gold?
The recent earthquake in that region caused a cave-in at an old quartz mine. 3 Indians died, but in a search for bodies, a rather large vein of gold was found. The Bureau of Indian Affairs needs to hire another mercenary squadron to protect their rights.
What's the pay?
The BIA can get you $12 million in gold if the Indians keep their land, but you get nothing if Romero controls the land. Do you accept? Excellent. Who takes care of your financial matters?
Virgil Beetlebaum.
I'll get in touch with him immediately. Good hunting.
Quiet, everyone. Nicaragua's resource minister, Enrico Romero, is attempting to force the Indians out of their villages to get at the gold beneath the settlements. The Bureau of Indian Affairs is the only organization that stands between him and the gold. The Indians have hired us to help them in their cause. Our first mission is to defend an Indian settlement against an attack by the mercenary squadron Romero has hired. Dismissed.
My radar shows bandits inbound.
Controls out! I'm going in!
Good kill. Good kill.
She's not responding! Ejecting now!
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Boy, Nicaragua's never going to change, is it?
The world is never going to change, Gwen. Not with people like Romero controlling things.
How can the rest of the Nicaraguan government just sit on the sidelines and watch Romero tear their people apart?
Greed. Apparently, he's already made a fortune off of other people's land. And now he's bought most of the government officials. His control of the local media is keeping their people in the dark. The BIA took a big gamble going against him on this one. The whole country is against them.
Maybe with more missions like the last one, we can help change their minds.
Listen up. BIA believes their regional headquarters are going to be Romero's next target. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Romero's offices are located in downtown Principoca. We'll fly directly to the city first, then hit nav points surrounding the city to the south. We'll be taking off ASAP. Dismissed.
I have bandits on my screen.
Controls out! Ejecting!
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Alright, people. This time, we're going to hit the minister's office. BIA intelligence reports that he'll be there from 1200 to 1500 this afternoon. His offices are situated in the heart of the business district. It's the medium-sized building between the 2 tallest skyscrapers. The Nicaraguan government could decide to revoke our immunity at any time, so I want no collateral damage on this one. We leave in 30. Dismissed.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
BIA intelligence informs us that the minister fled in his private yacht during the attack. Apparently, Colombia will give him temporary asylum on Isla de San Andres. If he can make it there, we'll make sure that doesn't happen. He should be heading east from Principolca, with the current dragging him south towards the island. We can't afford to piss off the government, so only take out Romero and his 2 gunboats.
Forget about the government. All they care about is the gold.
Enough. That's all we're here for, so don't get righteous on me.
Stay alert, Commander. The ground fire is heavy.
Mission accomplished. Return to base.
Hey Ace, hear the latest about Nicaragua? Apparently after we liquidated Romero, the government has suddenly seen the light and is holding trials against the corrupt members of their government. Some have already been impeached.
They're all scapegoats, Billy. The people holding the trials are just as corrupt. I have a feeling we'll be hearing more from Nicaragua. Not a whole lot of fixers left in Turkey, are there, Max?
No, they're getting out while the getting's still good. It wasn't a good time for me to move to Turkey, was it?
You still have business for me, don't you?
Of course, there are always people looking to hire one such as yourself. British Columbia is following some other territory's lead and is trying to secede from the rest of Canada without the Prime Minister's permission. They desperately need help to break Canada's hold and are willing to pay a handsome fee of $8 million to defend their rights. Do you accept?
It doesn't look like I have a choice, does it?
Do I take that as a yes?
We have a deal, Max.
I'll call Mr. Beetlebaum and iron out the details with him.
Settle down and listen up. I've only got time to say this once. About 30 minutes ago, a B-1B out of Stornoway was hijacked during an in-flight refueling op. The bird was on the way back to the States, loaded with nuclear tomahawks. The Irish government wants us to go up and make sure no missiles are launched against Irish soil. We're the only squadron that can get off the ground in time. Splash the bomber if you can. But make damn sure you hit every cruise missile you find. We're all going up right now. It's safer in the air. I'll take my Falcon. If we make this intercept, the Irish owe us big time. If not, we won't be worrying about money ever again. Good hunting.
Precise kill, Commander. A precise kill, Commander.
Man, I can't believe it.
Had a bad run, Commander.
Nothing like a little random violence.
I knew you'd be pleased. Everyone else was spitting nails.
Are we gonna see any more action here?
Well, I've been doing some thinking. Too busy to have a drink now?
Hey, what can I say? They need us out there.
I'll be there.
Returning to base.